Welcome back to Divine Documentaries. Today we delve into some of the darkest, most surprising stories from the Bible that you've probably never heard. In a fascinating discussion, Michelle Dowd, Taylor Sheridan, Chris DeStefano, and Kid Rock join Joe Rogan to uncover these hidden tales and profound insights. Michelle Dowd, an avid reader of the Bible since childhood, shared her experiences with Joe Rogan. She recounted how she read the Bible at the age of 8 using a small pin light to read late into the night. This early adventure into the scriptures revealed to her both the beauty and the violence contained within its pages. One story Michelle highlighted was the often overlooked tale of King David and Bathsheba.
One of the things that a lot of people who have read the Bible, or they have read a portion of the Bible,
I definitely don't think I read the whole thing.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, is not very many people do, and that's why I asked, because a lot of it is kind of tedious history, and there's a lot of he-begats, and there's the whole line, of...
This story, found in 2 Samuel chapter 11 to 12, goes beyond the well-known David and Goliath narrative. King David, captivated by Bathsheba's beauty, summoned her while she was bathing. Despite knowing she was married to Uriah, one of his top soldiers, David slept with her, resulting in her pregnancy. To cover his actions, David called Uriah back from the battlefield, hoping he would sleep with his wife and assume the child was his. However, Uriah's loyalty to the army prevented him from doing so. Consequently, David arranged for Uriah to be placed on the front lines where he was killed.
I'm good at that. I'm good at just, I'll go argue it.
Want to hear another Bible story?
Sure.
There was a woman named Tamar, and she had been married to one of 3 sons. I think there was 3. And her husband died before giving her a child. So, as was the custom in the time, and perhaps the law, she married the brother of her dead husband. And that...
After Uriah's death, David married Bathsheba. However, as punishment for David's actions, God took the life of their child. Michelle then shared another dark tale, the story of Tamar, found in Genesis 38. Tamar was married to one of Judah's sons who died. By custom, she then married the brother, who refused to give her a child and practiced onanism, spilling his seed on the ground. God punished him by taking his life as well. Judah, fearing for his last son's life, did not marry Tamar to him. Desperate, Tamar disguised herself as a prostitute and seduced Judah, becoming pregnant. When Judah found out, he ordered her execution, but Tamar revealed his staff as proof of his paternity. Judah then spared her life, and her child became an ancestor of Christ. Taylor Sheridan contributed to the discussion by drawing parallels between the Bible's creation narrative and scientific theories such as the Big Bang.
Exactly,
And
but
that's
at the
why
heart of
7
it, there's
days,
some truth to it.
Because what is a day to
Right.
God?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Is that a billion years?
Yeah.
A million years?
100 billion?
Who knows?
Who fucking knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
But it's presented in a way that you can digest it.
Yeah.
He noted that the Bible's account of God creating the heavens and the earth from nothing mirrors the concept of the universe's origins from a singular event. Taylor suggested that ancient texts might reflect a deep understanding of the cosmos, preserved through centuries of oral and written traditions. The conversation explored how these stories, passed down through generations, might hold remnants of ancient wisdom. Taylor emphasized the complexity of translating these narratives, likening it to a long game of telephone. He pointed out that the creation story and tales of moral complexities could be remnants of a sophisticated understanding from ancient civilizations. Chris DeStefano added another layer to the discussion by examining the historical accuracy of biblical accounts.
You'd say, yeah, sure. But then you'd be like, oh, but I don't believe they made the shit up about Jesus. Okay, Alexander the Great, because what you'll always hear is, well, the Gospels were written 100+ years after Jesus died.
Compared the writings about Jesus to those of Alexander the Great, noting that Jesus' Gospels were written much closer to his time than Alexander's biographies were to his. Chris explained how the ancient Hebrews memorized and orally passed down large portions of the scriptures, ensuring accuracy through constant verification. This practice, he argued, supported the reliability of the gospel accounts. Chris also addressed the resurrection of Jesus, a cornerstone of Christian belief found in the New Testament. He explained that both Jesus' followers and his opponents, the Romans and Jewish leaders, agreed on his death. The Gospels claim that Jesus' tomb was found empty 3 days after his burial and that he appeared to over 500 people. Chris pointed out that even skeptics at the time acknowledged the empty tomb, though they attributed it to the disciples stealing the body, a theory he found less plausible than the resurrection itself. Kid Rock joined the conversation, sharing his perspective on the historical and spiritual significance of Jesus.
Even better, I get them all to myself, just me and Jesus.
No, I mean, what if Jesus wasn't there? What if you go back and you're like, I just want to go see Jesus? And you're like, okay.
Fuck, he'd be
What
there.
time?
He'd be there. He'd probably like a DJ back then, fucking cutting that shit up. Fucking. He's there.
You think there's a real Jesus? Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Absolutely. 1000%.
He expressed his belief in Jesus as a real person and the Son of God, emphasizing faith and personal experience. Kid Rock discussed the challenges of oral tradition and the potential for stories to be altered over time. Despite this, he maintained that the core truths about Jesus' life and teachings remain intact. The discussion also touched on the universal presence of Jesus and God, as Kid Rock described seeing divine influence in everyday life, from blooming flowers to shooting stars. He highlighted the importance of forgiveness and the pervasive nature of God's presence in the world. As the discussion concluded, the guests reflected on the enduring mystery and wonder of the Bible. They acknowledged that while some stories may seem fantastical or contradictory, they offer profound insights into human nature, morality, and the divine. In this compelling exploration of the Bible's lesser-known narratives, we uncover the depth and complexity of ancient texts that continue to resonate with us today. From King David's tragic tale with Bathsheba to Tamar's desperate struggle for justice, these stories remind us of the timeless human experiences of power, betrayal, and redemption. As Michelle Dowd shared, these accounts are not just historical records, but reflections of the intricate moral landscapes our ancestors navigated. They challenge us to consider the consequences of our actions and the enduring impact of our choices. Taylor Sheridan's insights into the parallels between biblical creation narratives and modern scientific theories like the Big Bang prompt us to appreciate the profound wisdom embedded in ancient scriptures. The idea that early civilizations might have had a sophisticated understanding of the cosmos invites us to approach these texts with curiosity and respect. It's a reminder that knowledge, whether ancient or modern, has the power to bridge gaps and connect us across time. Chris DeStefano's examination of the historical accuracy of Jesus' life, juxtaposed with figures like Alexander the Great, sheds light on the reliability of these ancient accounts. His discussion on the resurrection, supported by corroborative testimonies from both followers and skeptics, encourages us to reflect on the nature of belief and the power of shared experiences. It's a call to consider the evidence and the profound implications of these stories on our understanding of faith and history. Kid Rock's reflections on the pervasive presence of Jesus and God in everyday life offer a heartfelt reminder of the spiritual connections that bind us. Seeing the divine in the beauty of a blooming flower or the awe of a shooting star reminds us of the profound impact of faith and the sense of wonder it brings to our lives. It's an invitation to find moments of grace and forgiveness in our daily experiences, reinforcing the idea that the divine is always with us, guiding and inspiring us. In this compelling exploration of the Bible's lesser-known narratives, we uncover the depth and complexity of ancient texts that continue to resonate with us today. From King David's tragic tale with Bathsheba to Tamar's desperate struggle for justice, these stories remind us of the timeless human experiences of power, betrayal, and redemption. As Michelle Dowd shared, these accounts are not just historical records, but reflections of the intricate moral landscapes our ancestors navigated. They challenge us to consider the consequences of our actions and the enduring impact of our choices. Joe Rogan was visibly captivated by these dark and complex stories. His reactions ranged from deep empathy and astonishment to intellectual curiosity. He expressed genuine amazement at the profound moral and historical complexities within these biblical tales, showing a newfound respect for the depth and nuance of these ancient texts. Taylor Sheridan's insights into the parallels between biblical creation narratives and modern scientific theories like the Big Bang prompt us to appreciate the profound wisdom embedded in ancient scriptures. The idea that early civilizations might have had a sophisticated understanding of the cosmos invites us to approach these texts with curiosity and respect. Joe found Taylor's perspective thought-provoking, often likening the Bible's transmission through generations to a long game of telephone. This analogy resonated with him, emphasizing the intricate journey of knowledge through time. Chris DeStefano's examination of the historical accuracy of biblical accounts shed light on the reliability of these ancient texts. He compared the writings about Jesus to those of Alexander the Great, noting that Jesus' Gospels were written much closer to his time than Alexander's biographies were to his. Joe's reactions to Chris's arguments highlighted a blend of skepticism and open-mindedness. He questioned the supernatural aspects while appreciating the compelling historical evidence presented, recognizing the enduring impact of these stories on our understanding of faith and history. Kid Rock's reflections on the pervasive presence of Jesus and God in everyday life offer a heartfelt reminder of the spiritual connections that bind us. Seeing the divine in the beauty of a blooming flower or the awe of a shooting star reminds us of the profound impact of faith and the sense of wonder it brings to our lives. Joe's engagement with Kid Rock's personal expressions of faith was marked by a genuine interest and respectful curiosity, highlighting the importance of finding moments of grace and forgiveness in our daily experiences. As we ponder these dark and complex stories, we are reminded that the Bible is not just a collection of ancient texts, but a living document that continues to speak to the human condition. Joe Rogan's reactions, filled with wonder and introspection, echo our own as we navigate the moral and spiritual lessons these narratives offer. These stories invite us to explore the depths of our morality, the consequences of our actions, and the enduring search for meaning. Reflecting on these narratives can elicit a range of emotions, from awe and wonder to introspection and reverence. Let these stories inspire you to seek deeper understanding and connection with the timeless wisdom they offer. Embrace the beauty of these ancient texts and the profound lessons they impart, guiding us towards a more reflective and compassionate life. For all you viewers out there, remember to keep questioning, keep exploring, and stay curious. Until next time, stay tuned to Divine Documentaries.